Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Hero Collector Build Your Own Ghostbusters Ecto 1 Special Edition. So as I said, this is a special edition. In this pack we're going to be able to make 2 Proton Packs. So let's have a look and I'll show you. Okay, so this is the packaging the parts come in. There is 2 Proton Packs in here and nothing else. So there is no Ghost Trap, there is only 2 Proton Packs. But if you get your magazine, I think there's only going to be 1 magazine for both packs. So this will do for both packs. Because when you open, you get all your parts there, and you get the parts for the trap also, and the trap isn't included in this pack. So yeah, on here it does state Proton Packs 4. You also get the Ghost Trap 1 and everything in there. So this will do for both packs. So in here we should only get half of these parts in here, and some of them we won't get any until the next special comes out, and I think that's with delivery 7. So moving on, we're going to be building our Proton Packs, and it says and Ghost Trap, but we're not going to be doing the Ghost Trap today. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit the bumper onto there, then we're going to fit the iron arm onto the side of the Proton Pack here, then we're going to be fitting the vacuum pump and hose to the actual body of the Proton Pack there, and then we're going to start building up the particle thrower, which is what the Ghostbusters hold. So we're going to build that up, and then we're going to be adding all these little hose details onto the actual Proton Pack itself, attaching the particle thrower to the actual Proton Pack itself, putting the back on, and then there's a little rack that uses the straps for the Ghostbusters. There's no straps included with this, but yeah, you get the actual back bit anyway. So these bits, this is for the trap that will come in the next part that we haven't got, and by the end of both specials, that's what you should have. You should have 4 Proton Packs and a Ghost Trap. So there's a few steps to do in this video, guys, but bear with me. There will probably be some fiddly bits in this where we've got to use tweezers to put the little pipes on. So bear with me with that. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll also show how to customize and make it look a bit more screen accurate. So yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video for that. But yeah, let's get these parts open and start building. When you first take the outer packaging off, you're going to have 2 trays. One is for each Proton Pack. So we can put one to the side, and we're going to start building this one here first. Okay, so we get 2 sets of screws with this pack. We get EP screws and we get HP screws. I don't know if these will carry over until the next special. We'll have to wait and see if we've got any spares at the end. And we do have any spares, we'll make sure to keep hold of them until the next time. Okay, so starting off, we've got this lovely looking Proton Pack, and the details are quite good in this actually. We've got little stickers on here and on here as well also. Yeah, looking very good. There's a little tiny sticker just in there. It does have writing on it. It says caution. Yeah, very nice indeed. I'm sure at some point we could do some sort of mod on here and have some flashing lights. So we may look at that in the future. But for today, let's get them built. So next we're going to need to bring in this section here, and this is the bumper, and this is what's actually going to be attached onto here. So what it wants us to do is to lower this on top of here. We've got a little pin on here and a little pinhole on here, so we can't really put it the wrong way. That's going to slot just onto there, and it wants us to secure that on through the back in this hole just here with a HP screw. So we'll get a HP screw and we'll get that secured on. Turn it over and screw it into place. Just like that. So I'm going to put this to the side just for a second, and we're going to bring in these 2 pieces here. And these are assembling the iron arm. So we're going to need this piece, turn it round, and we're going to be putting this piece on here, and this is going to be at the back of that. And this wants to be secured with EP screws, 2 of them, and we have 2 of them here. So let's put the first screw in just down this hole, just here. the second one is just going in this hole, just here. Just like that. And now we're going to be taking this and this section here, and we're going to slide this into the slot on the side here, and this section here is going to slide into there. So we need to slide that in, having this detail like that, and then we can turn it over, and we've got 2 screw holes in the back with more EP screws to secure that in place. So it looks like we're going to have 1 EP screw left over, so I don't think we need to carry that over to the next pack. I think they'll supply us with new screws for that pack as well, so that's good. So we'll get that one in, and we'll get the second one in. Just like that. Okay, so next we're going to need this pipe here, and it's the one with the rigid cut out on it. I don't know if you can see that in there, but we've got a lot of flexible pipes in there, like PVC pipes, and we've got this one here. It's like a T-piece connector. This is the one we're going to need. It's not got a hole this side, but it's got a hole on the bottom here and just here as well. So we're going to connect this up. So it's going to want to go in this section here. We're going to be putting this pipe. Just push it in, should fit in just like that, and it's pretty sturdy in there. Now we're going to take this, and this is going to go onto our Proton Pack. So this is going to go into this hole just here above this little red sticker, and it is got a keyway slot in there, and we've got a keyway notch on here as well. It's very small and tiny to see, but I'll try and show you. So that's going to go in there just like that, and then we've got to secure this on the back in this hole here with a HP screw. So we'll get our HP screw, we'll get that secured in. Alright, so here we go. We can lock that in, hold it in with our finger, and we can screw this in just down there. Just like that. And now we've got to take this pipe, and this is going to go into this hole here. So we can take this, push it through this little section here, and then we can sort of pick it up and plug it into there. Give it a good push down into the hole. If it will stay in. Something like that. Okay, so next we're going to actually use the little gun that comes with it, and this is going to sit, this is what the Ghostbusters use to hold it and zap the ghosts. So we're going to have this on the back. We're going to be adding a back plate on it here. So we're going to take this back plate, and it's going to go this way around. There is a peg hole in here and a peg here. So we can plug that peg in, push it down, and this also wants to go in with a HP screw, which we've got here. Let's screw that in, just like that. And now we want one of these little cables. We want the black one now. So I'm going to take the black one, and this is going to plug in to this peg here, wrap round, plug into this peg just here, and then it's going to wrap round and plug into this peg. So it does say you can use tweezers if you need. So I'm going to get it started on there, giving it a little shove on, just like that, and then we can turn this round and try and plug it into this little notch just on here. So we've got something like that. Okay, so lastly we've got this little tiny detail here, and it does have writing on the top. A camera will not pick that up. We might focus a little so you can see it. And we're going to take this, and on the bottom side here we've got a little tiny hole that we're going to be plugging this into. So that's going to plug in there just like that. Okay, so now we're going to start fitting these little pipes. So we're going to need the longer red one, and we can take that, and this is going to go from, there's two little peg holes right down here, you can't really see them, to the one, if you've got the Proton Pack this way around, it'd be the one on the right, just here, and it's going to this peg hole here. So we'll put this one on first, down here. I think you will need tweezers for this. I'm just going to leave that out for a second, just until we've got this in, and then I'll plug it back in. If you want to, you can take a cocktail stick. If it's too difficult, take a cocktail stick and just poke it just in the end, just to widen the end of the actual pipe itself, and it should slide over a bit easier. But yeah, fiddly. Okay, so that's that one on. I'm going to plug this back in now. And then we can turn this, and this is going to go into this nipple down here. So we're going to want that in there. Just like that. That's that one in place now. Okay, so the second red pipe is going to be going also next to that one, so we can get this one widened up a little bit, and then we can plug this one in straight down. It's fiddly to hold and do it, but yeah, you definitely need some tweezers for this. You won't, if you can do this without tweezers, you must have the most tiniest fingers. Right, so that's that one on, and this one is going round here and up to this first one on the top here. You've got two little notches on top of here. I'll try and show you. I don't know if the camera will focus. You've got one here, one here. Let's go on to the first one just here. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to take the long black one, and that one's going into this top peg hole here. So we can plug that one in just there. We need to widen these little pipes open. I'll do both ends. Just like that, but if you're going to do that, make sure you don't split the cable. Okay, so let's plug this on. That's that one on. This one's going. There's a nipple right here. That's where we're going with this one. So we can turn this, drop it straight onto there, give it a good little shove down onto that port just there, and that's what you should have at this point. Okay, so next we're going to need the long blue one, and this is going in this peg right above this red sticker. There's a little tiny peg, so we can push that one on just like that, and this one's going up and around here, and there's a little peg just on the back end here, so we can turn that around and plug that one in. Just like that. Okay, so next we're going to need these two, the short blue and the short red. So the short blue goes at the bottom here, and then the short red goes at the top. So we can fit these in any order we like. I'm going to fit the short red first. Squeeze this onto this nipple. first one. This one's going into the top hole here. Just like that. And we can do exactly the same with the blue, but on the opposite peg. So this one's going up to the bottom. Very fiddly to see, I'm sure. Try and use the tweezers, it might get you a better view of it. Yeah. Just like that. Okay, so next we're going to take our Proton Pack and this piece here. And this piece is going to go through the side notch just here. We can put this in there. You can basically have this any length you want. You can wind this round in here to have it any length you want. I may have it long or short, I don't know yet, but I'm just going to put it just like that, just for now. And then we can take this, and this is going to go on the back, just like that. Plug into there. That's going to keep that in place, and we can secure this in these 4 holes here, 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 and here with HP screws. So I'm going to get this in here. I'm going to curl it round a little, drop that down there. Yeah, so basically this will be like this, and then we can have the gun attached, just like that. Okay, 1 screw. Have the second one in. Two more to go. And 1 last screw, just in the top, just here. Just like that. There's only one thing to do now, and that is bring in the actual back racking, and it wants to go with this section here towards the bottom, just here. So we've got a peg to help us line it up, and that's going to go just in there. And we're going to need 2 HP screws, 1 in here and 1 in here. Just like that. And that is this Proton Pack complete. There is no way at the moment that we can attach this gun to the side down here, but I will try and work on a way that we can do that. Okay, so now we have the first and the second Proton Pack side by side. As you can see, I've already pre-customized a couple of little things on here just to make it a bit more eye pleasing. One of the things I did was tidy up these red cables and these ones here, and also the blue one, because as you can see they're just all over the place on this model, and on this one a nice tidy. And also I've added a red cable to the actual gun section, because they didn't supply that in this. And also with mine, nothing there, but I can take my gun and attach it to the side of the pack, just like that. I'll show you how I did that now. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to start the cleanup process and tidy up these cables. So the first thing we're going to do is unplug this one. I'm just going to shorten it a little. I'm just going to take about a centimetre, about that off, and then we're going to plug that back into there. And we're going to do exactly the same with the red one. Shorten that down a bit. And then plug that one in. As you can see, already looking a lot neater, and they're not poking out right out here. Okay, so next we're going to move this over a little bit. We're going to get some glue and a cocktail stick. So I'm going to put a bit of glue just in there and take a cocktail stick, and we're going to run it just down the side, just here. Just a little splodge of glue just here, right there. And what you're going to want to do is take this red pipe, push it down onto there, and just hold it there for a few seconds for the glue to take, and that will tidy that wire up and keep it out of the way. And we're also going to use this wire to hold our gun in place as well, so that will look like that. And also when we put the gun on, that will stop it flicking forward, because with our magnet it wants to spin. Okay, so next we're going to do exactly the same but with this black pipe just here, and we're going to go right on the corner here. I'm going to put a little splodge of glue. I'm going to pin that one down. Let's get a little splodge just on the corner, right there. Now we can do exactly the same with the black pipe. You can take this black pipe and we can bring it round. Sort of just like that, sort of pulling it tight at this end. And lining it up just like that. So you've got something that looks a little like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, this one. Just hold it in place for a second. We want the loop in there. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to unplug this one, and this one we're going to feed underneath both of these. So we want it to go underneath them. Trying to be careful with the one we just glued down, just like that. And then we can bend this one back over the top. And this one's going to plug back into the hole it came from. So it looks a little something like that. Okay, so next in here we've got a little bump just here, and on this one I painted it silver, whereas on this one it's black. So we're going to want to paint that silver. So let's get a paintbrush, dabble in the paint. Don't need a lot of paint on there. We're just going to paint this bit over the edge just silver. Okay, so that'll do for now. I'll tidy that up later. So yeah, now we've got this part silver. Now we're going to need some cable for this. So with this, I've used an old Ethernet cable. You can get these. These are normally on your internet router box. You normally get these with it. So if you've got an internet router box, check in there. You're more likely to have one of these. These are they've got a lot of different coloured wires in them, just like that. I'll show you what I mean. So when you take the yellow outside sleeving on, this is what you're greeted with when you open it up. You've lots of wires wrapped together. So you've got an orange and white, a green and white, and so on and so on. So you've got something like this. So you want to take them all apart, straighten them out, and we're going to train these wires to go in here. Here's one I've already pre-done, already trained. So we've got the wires all cut to the same length here, and we've twisted it round to come down just like that. So this is now going to sit over the top of this one and be plugged in down there. So we can now glue that to this section here, just below the silver part, and onto the notch. You can either glue it to this little notch just down here or just next to it, doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm going to glue this in now. Okay, so the first part is all glued down now, and while that is in there, we're just going to drop a bit of glue. We can either drop it just on this top post here, just down here. I'm just going to drop a little drop of glue and move my actual thing just there. That's now going to sit there and let that dry. Okay, so once this is dry, what you're going to need to do is the racking on the back, take that back off, and also take the backing off to expose the back. Now we're going to be putting the so the gun can attach to the side. I've seen people just screw through the side and put an actual screw sticking out the side there and then a magnet on the other side. But why not just drop the magnet straight in there, and it's hidden behind this plastic just like that. So now we're going to put it back together and we're going to work on the actual gun bit. So when we've put it back together, it should look something like that and hide it for us. Okay, so now we've got that all put back together just like that. Our magnet is hidden inside the top of here. At the minute it doesn't stick to there, so we'll get to that in a moment. We need to do some modifications to this. So with one more step on here with this blue cable, we're just going to get this out of the way. So we're going to need a dab more glue, and we're just going to run it where the screw is, just above the screw here. So a little touch of glue just there. Now we can take some tweezers and we can attach that to there as well. Just holding it for a few seconds, and that's going to take to there and tidy up this blue wire as well, just like that. So now we can work on this here. So we need to make this, because we have some people put the magnet in this hole here. We're not going to be doing that. We've put the magnet hidden in this pack here, as you can see, magnetized. So we need to take this screw back out here, and we are not going to be using this screw. We're going to get rid of this screw, and we're going to put a longer screw in there with a bigger head. So it ain't going to hold this down. This is going to be flapping about, so we're going to need to stick a little bit of glue just on this as well. So let's get some. We're going to put it on this peg because we want this to stay down, and I'm never going to take this apart again anyway. And I'm just going to put some inside where, all around there, and on the top here where it's going to connect to the other end. Just like that. Now we can press this on and hold that in place for a few seconds just to let the glue take on that. So we're going to put that down there, and yeah, so now we need a new screw. Now we do have spare screws with this build, and we are going to use a DP screw that came with the build. Not this part of the build, it came with another different part, but we'll all keep the spare screws anyway. And in my experience, you never really need the spare screws. So we're going to put this one in, and we're not going to screw it all the way down. We're just going to screw it until the screw head is at the top, just sticking out just a little, just like that. Okay, so this is what you should be left with this like this. And I did change this screw again because with the smaller screw, it worked on that one. For some reason it doesn't work on this one. I changed it for a bigger screw. This is a GM screw from the DeLorean build. And I've just stuck a bit of glue around the head and stuck it on there. So now that should stick to there, just like that. So right, there's one more detail I want to put on here, and that is just a little bit of cable, a little tiny piece of red cable, just like this. And I just got this off a piece of electrical, like an electrical wire that I got from work. It's off an old piece of wiring that I had from work. And this, I cut a little tiny loop, so we're just going to dip that into the glue, and we're going to want to hold this side just on here and just on the edge of the silver bit. So I'll just let that glue take, and I'll get a bit of a closer shot for you. So sort of like that. You're going to want to go just on this edge, curl it round and onto the top of the silver piece, and that is what you should be left with. So I'll put the two packs down now, and you should see them both together. Okay, so here we have the two Proton packs side by side. This is the first one I did. You can take that off and back on again. The important reason I put that cable down there is because if you don't put it under the cable, it has a tendency just to spin and fly off. So with that cable there, what it does, it stops it just at this notch here from spinning around, and it holds it in place for us. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sure you'll agree that the actual Proton Pack itself is looking very, very cool. Very happy with that. I may do some silver dry brushing and do that as a show you how to do that in the next video when we do the second lot of Proton Packs and the Ghost Trap. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. I may put these up here on the shelf somewhere. I'll find somewhere for them to go until they actually go on the car themselves. So what's coming up for the rest of the week? The rest of the week we've got the Ford GT, and that'll be stage 4. That'll be out this week. We're going to be building the door. What else we're going to do? We're going to do a Terminator video and another Ecto 1 video. So they're coming up this week. So I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, please leave a like down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.